Hi, this is Louise, and welcome to this Meaningful Work Masterclass. I'm a next generation leadership advocate and catalyst. What does that mean? It means that I support the visionaries, the disruptors, the change makers who are here to build the sustainable world of tomorrow. And I help you create fulfilling, meaningful work that has a positive impact. So, in terms of this masterclass, I'm going to look at three things. The first is a whole concept of what I call the alternative career. And that's about why do we need to start applying new rules to the way that we do work in order to create more fulfillment and meaning for ourselves. Then I'll go into talking about three shifts that you can do right now that actually can start have you apply these rules and experience more meaning. And then finally, I'll talk about becoming a positive energy leader and how that supports you on an ongoing basis to be able to create that fulfilling, meaningful work that has a positive impact and do that in a way that's sustainable over time. So let's go to this whole idea of the alternative career. I believe that the old way of doing work actually does not give us the level of fulfillment and meaning that we could have. So let's have a look at why that is. There's three different ways of approaching work traditionally. Let's call that the old way. The first is to see work as just a job. So you're not really looking to derive that much pleasure from it. The main focus is to earn money, pay the bills, and you tend to look forward to holidays and the weekend. The second piece is where a lot of people are, is building a career. And so the focus there is on climbing the career ladder. And what you do every time you climb and you take another step is that you get more power and more status. So the focus is ultimately on the next promotion and making sure that you keep climbing, because the idea is that once you're nearer the top, you'll finally get that level of fulfillment that you've been looking for. And then the last way of looking at careers is that place of calling. And that's traditionally been more for people who are working in humanitarian organizations and charities, NGOs. And the focus there is on doing good and making a difference. Now, why do I say that this way of looking at career doesn't work anymore? I believe that there's a need for a new way of doing work. And that's because in the past, what we've hyper focused on is the destination. But actually, purpose and meaning then don't come from a destination. Purpose is not a destination, but a way of traveling. And so if you want meaning, it's not so much about looking at how do you fill the traditional boxes, but it's about how do you show up at a different level in what you do. Let me explain a little bit more about that. I worked for a long time in the corporate arena. And there I saw a lot of people chasing success and actually losing themselves in that chase for success. And so ticking all the right external boxes of success, but not really experiencing the level of fulfillment and meaning that they would like to experience. And then I started working more with humanitarian organizations and social entrepreneurs. And there, what I thought would be that I would come to heaven, where everybody was ecstatically happy and experiencing deep levels of meaning. What I was surprised to find was that that wasn't the case. And that was because although people were doing good, they weren't automatically doing that in a way that was aligned with themselves. And also, they didn't always find that they can contribute their true potential. So they were doing good, but actually in a way that was in sacrifice. And that wasn't working for them either. And so, what is it that I see are the new rules that we need in order to have that fulfilling, meaningful work and also have the positive impact that we want. The first to be fulfilled is that we need to be connected to ourselves. We need to be listening inside and invest in what matters to us. In that context, we also need to take care of ourselves in the right way so that we don't end up in that place of sacrifice that I was talking about earlier. Secondly, to craft meaningful work, we need to align to our potential. Now, you all have innate abilities, innate gifts and talents. And ultimately, there's only one of you. There's only one of you that has the combination of innate talents, experience, and also just generally life experiences that you might have had. And so the idea here is to have meaning in your work. You need to be able to be contributing your true potential. And what will happen is as you do that, is that you experience work that fuels you, that gives you energy, because there's that alignment to meaning. The last part is about having this positive impact. And there it's about daring to speak your truth. Speak your truth about what's going on for you, but also about what you want to take a stand for in the world. And doing that in a way where you're engaging people to come with you. And that's what I mean by leading the way. So I want you to start thinking about how can you start applying the new rules in your life? How can you connect to yourself more? And what would it mean to invest more in terms of what actually matters to you? Secondly, how can you align to your potential more and start creating work that's self-fueling because it's based on your unique contribution, the stuff that only you can do? And then finally, what truth are you not speaking? And how could you do that in a way that's loving to yourself and loving to others?